Ever since Wicked dropped, this clip has been going crazy because what she said 5 years ago proves that this has been in the making for more than a decade. So there's an entire group of people saying that this is like divine providence, destiny. But there's a deeper principle at play here, and I'll prove it to you. But first, you need to hear what she said 5 years ago.
It's like when people ask me, would you ever be in Harry Potter? I'm like, are you insane?
Wicked? Is that different, though?
That's very different. That's very different. Yeah, that's very different. I'd do anything.
Elphaba.
I don't want to talk about it because I'm going to cry. And like, I would do anything. I would stand outside the producer's studio with coffees every morning like this, waiting for them to acknowledge me.
No, but for real,
If you understand what I'm about to break down to you, you will not be the same. Call it whatever you want, manifestation, chasing a dream. Ariana just put on a masterclass, and I am but a humble onlooker, relaying the cliff notes. As I break this down, if you have a dream, keep it in mind. So it's no secret that Ariana Grande was cast in Wicked not too long ago. And her reaction when she found out she had been cast surprised a lot of people.
We are Glinda the Good in the Wicked freaking movie.
Some people were confused because she's been on the big screen for a long time, so they thought just another role shouldn't make that much difference, but it's not just another role to her. A lot of people mistakenly think that the idea of Wicked is just coming out now, but it's actually a 1995 novel that was made into a musical in 2003. A musical that it just so happens that Ariana was taken to when she was 10 years old. This is her and Kristen Chenoweth, which is the actress who played Glinda in the original. The same character that Ariana would later portray. Stay with me. All those years ago, she wasn't just led backstage. You'll note that she wasn't famous at the time yet. The event held an auction for the opportunity, and look what she did.
I kept raising my hand, and my mom was like, Ariana, that's enough. And I kept bidding.
Ariana, we don't have Ariana Grande money yet, okay? We are...
Well, they won the bid, and she got to go backstage. And what apparently happened back there set in motion a course of actions that would have far-reaching effects on the future, of which you watching this video at this very second is but one. Now pay attention to what she does with the gifts she receives.
So much, but we got to Kristen's dressing room, which was at the very end of the hall, and she invited me in and let me overstay my welcome. Her dog peed on the couch. We cleaned it up together.
She gave you a wand and like glitter or something.
Oh yes, the shower gel. She gave me this little tiny thing of magical shower gel, and I remember like every single day dipping a tiny little pinky in and using a little bit. I used other soap as well.
She gets cut off there, but in the viral clip, she says she used that shampoo sparingly because she never wanted to run out, so she just used a little a day. So you can imagine she had a very sustained attention on a specific image. Well, fast forward, and it's announced that Wicked will be made into a movie. And a lot of people mistakenly think that she got the role because of who she is and her obvious singing chops. But listen to this.
The whole audition process and prepping for the auditions was like 6 months.
Yes.
Like voice lessons every day, acting lessons every day.
6 months to audition. But the seemingly mundane thing that she says next graces a profound principle that changed my life. Now, at the time, this would have meant a lot to her. So really keep in perspective how crazy it is what she's about to say. And then I'll tell you how this ties into your dream.
Was there a moment throughout the process where you thought you weren't going to get the role?
I had no expectations. I was just thankful to go in at all.
You really were.
I was just so excited to have the opportunity to audition.
A role she's wanted since she was 10. And she was just happy to audition. So here's how this tracks. Rather than it just being some destiny that was outside of her control, she made it her destiny through sustained attention. So the common belief that we usually don't even question is that the present moment recedes into the past, forgotten. But let me read you a quote that I wrote down and put on my wall because I found it so profound. Ignore my handwriting, but it states, "The present moment does not recede into the past. It advances into the future to confront us, spent or invested. Not gone is that last moment, but oncoming." This principle is normally invisible, but now that I've brought it to your attention, you should be able to see it, especially if you're in your own home right now. Look around you. Most of the items you see right now should be a decision from a previous moment, and those are just the tangible ones you can see. If you watch this far, it's safe to say you probably have a dream. But the disappointments are just time. You might have started to feel like it's impossible, or at least not likely. But just like if you've ever been driving in a snowstorm, where you can only really see a few feet in front of you at a time, have you noticed you can make it the whole way home like that? Rather than waiting for destiny, make your destiny. See the present moment as a wrench that you can use to engineer future miracles. Just like she did in this interview 5 freaking years ago, discuss your dream, feel it, and like with the soap bottle, have things in your daily life that remind you of your truest intentions. And just like how she approached the audition, put in your work, give your heart without the expectation of an outcome. Because any time you spend worrying about the outcome is actually just a state of lack. It's having faith in failure. but to release it and just act. Grateful for just the opportunity to have a chance, to be involved. Minimizes disappointment if it doesn't work out, and maximizes gratitude when it does. To anyone who could recognize it, what she just achieved is a masterclass in the law of attention. Every day, the world is asking you, what do you want? And it knows your answer through what you place your attention on most frequently. And even though it seems relentless that it keeps asking even when we failed, it's actually a saving grace. Because if you don't like how you've been living, if you don't like where you are, the world's going to ask you again tomorrow. And all you got to do is start answering differently. And I have not seen Wicked yet, so y'all be careful with them spoilers in my comments, you hear me?